Hi
Coochie
everyone.
chocolate,
Habari Gani. Kuji Chagalia Habari Gani.
yes.
Hey guys, this is Eugene and Andrea, the builder and the educator, helping you navigate life's most important goals, your
Your
relationships.
relationships,
How do you guys like this view? Kind of looking down at the screen. I don't know,
but
just
not at y'all.
not down,
Not at
not at
y'all.
you, just a different perspective as we're bringing in 2021, and we're talking about having that ability to be self-determined, to define yourself, name yourself, create for yourself, to speak for yourself. I always like to throw in that last one, to defend yourself. And so we're just excited. So we're going to share a little bit about how we celebrate Kwanzaa in
Yeah.
Kuji
And if you
Chakalia.
come in, say something in the chat so we'll know you're here. Now listen, so this is my absolute favorite. Did you say we were relationship strategists? Did
Relationship
you say that?
strategies.
Okay,
You
so
just
that
said thank you.
oh, you're welcome. So, this is my absolute favorite principle. I love Coochie Chocolate because it speaks to me like literally what I believe about just life. Like we are supposed to be determining things for ourselves.
Yes.
Now, there are aspects of things where we might look, and in different cultures, things are different. And different cultures, things aren't done a certain way. But in this global system where we are meshing all these different cultures, when we see the mixture of things, especially being people of African descent in the diaspora, who have all these mix of knowing in our running through our veins and in our DNA and everything, when we look at that, we are like, wait a minute, we have this ability to be self-determined. And what does that mean? It is the self-determination is the ability of a person to control their own life, to determine for yourself.
Yes. And when you talk about determine for yourself, I like that because that brings in the idea of your own self-sovereignty.
I was going to say that because
Go ahead.
Because I know you like that word. I do. It's something about being able to be autonomous, to be, to recognize it. And most of the time, that might not be a problem for people. Right. Sometimes maybe it's not a problem. They're okay, just going with the flow. And if that's your thing, then go with the flow.
That's right.
If that's your thing, then just go with it. But I think we have to realize, especially people talking, I have a son that's an Aquarius, and we have been talking before about the great conjunction and the planets in Aquarius and just how individualistic Aquarius is. I think that when we're in these societies where people have the opportunities to be freer with their thoughts and we don't take them, then I think it works to our detriment. Sometimes when we try to stay in the old ways of doing things, but when we talk about relationships with couples, we tell them all the time, look, if you break the mold, you broke it already. Yes. If you're not doing the traditional thing, you broke it already. You might as well be a maverick and do something different. But when we stay in the same mold and we just go with the flow, when the signs around us are changing, we do detriment to ourselves.
We do. This is a great opportunity for us to have an inward, explosion as it relates to how we identify with our principles, our behaviors within this world as Africans. And it's such a beautiful thing to realize that even within that, we're not a monolithic group. We're different. And so therefore, this is your time to explore and to live out and name for yourself, create for yourself, define yourself, and how you're going to make yourself present, especially into this new season that we're marching in right now. And I'm excited because guess what? We have a responsibility.
We do.
A responsibility as parents.
Yes.
To model in front of our young people, right? Because that really actually spoke to me when we were actually a part of the celebration today.
Yeah.
And how there's
that's a rites of passage group.
Yes, exactly. And so there was a phrase that was mentioned in the group about that identity crisis. And sometimes I think we fall subject into identity crisis because we may not find ourselves in the position we need to be in as it relates to modeling in front of our children what it looks like and what self sovereignty looks like.
Determining for yourself. It's a very, the word is there, it's twirling around in my head. It's a very, it's a revolutionary thing. See, everybody wants to go and talk about, did you march? Did you protest? My goodness, are you a revolutionary in your home?
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you revolutionary with the way that you deal with your kids?
Yes.
Are you revolutionary about the way that you decide to love your partner?
Yes.
Are you revolutionary about the way you choose to be in yourself?
What is your standard?
Exactly.
What is your principle? What are you modeling? What are you standing for? It doesn't have to be something where it's broadcast to the world, but even in your own home, what is it that you're standing for? Your children standing for?
Exactly.
And and another thing that's coming out for me is what we're modeling and giving our children that opportunity is giving them that apprenticeship possibility to walk out the things that you are establishing and the gifts that are in your home, and you're bringing their gifts out of them through their daily lives of discipline and chores and responsibility. You're telling them, okay, I want you to watch me.
Yeah.
And then what I want you to do is you got to help me with this. I want you to
do it
with me. And then
I'm going to let you lead it. I'm going to do it with you following your lead.
And then
I'm going to watch you do it by yourself.
Come on now. And when we provide models like that for our young people, then that identity crisis doesn't have an opportunity, or it's not as present when it comes for their time to live out their special, innate, what I like to call superpower.
Exactly.
And we all have those gifts and innate abilities to grasp on what our responsibility is for culture. Because guess what Dr. Douglas said about an hour ago? We are the answer.
I always say that. I've been saying that to Black women when it comes to birth. When we're out here, we're running around looking for who's going to save us. Hey, say something so we know you're here. When we're out there looking for somebody to save us, we are the answers to our problems. Yes. How do I know that? Because our ancestors existed for a long time.
Talk about it.
For a very long time. And they did it. They did it and they did what they did. They knew they had to be the answer. They didn't have all these people to depend on. They couldn't say, oh, I'm calling the doctor. No, they had to know what to do. Right. And so they understood it. I believe that that's a part of us redeveloping that resourcefulness. So I want us to go through. Tell me about a little Gail. Tell me, he has 50. We all have these names. We call ourselves 50 million things. Hey, Luna Boo. Habari gani? So I want us to go through, because this is my favorite principle, and I don't want us to miss this. Yes. When we're talking about how to develop things in ourselves, in our children, in our family members, in our families, yes, and establish them. All right, first thought that comes to your mind. Are you ready, sir?
Yes, I'm ready.
Coach, what am I calling you right now? You Bobby Miguelo, you Coach Green Jean. Who are you? What am I calling you right now?
You're calling me.
Am I calling you Jean?
The initiator, Coach Green Jean.
Okay, all right. Coach Green Jean.
Yes.
First thought in your mind. What can somebody do when somebody's looking, I want to be self-determined, determined for myself, establish who I am, blah, 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 blah. And they are thinking about how they can define themselves.
First off, look in your book bag. Okay. Find out what it is that you're good at. What are people celebrating you about that you actually bring to the party?
Get it?
That part right there. Look in your book bag and go ahead and take grab of that, hold of that, and begin to live that out freely. I believe that will help you in self-sovereignty.
Define yourself.
Define yourself. Number two.
All right. Who are you? Babalu Galo, Coach Gringy.
Babalu
Galo. What can somebody do that really wants to really get a hold of what it means to create for themselves? Hit it.
You know what? The first thing that came to my mind about creating it for yourself is spending time quiet. When you spend time in a place of solitude and meditation, you're actually giving way for vibrations and opportunities for your ancestors to speak to you as it relates to Kurumba, creativity.
Ooh.
With that creativity, it might be artwork, it might be a song, it might be poetry, whatever that may be. Let that flow from your spirit with no hindrances. And whether you're by yourself or amongst your family, that's your opportunity to create for yourself.
Excellent.
Unashamed.
Excellent. Okay. The next one. Naming yourself. Tell us. Go.
Naming yourself. Don't forget who you are. It's in your name. What's your name? What does it mean? Serve yourself. Spend time with yourself to live out who you are, not the next person. Don't allow the curse of comparison to rob you of your magnificence in this earth. So, what is your name? Be determined to name yourself that I am creative. I am responsible to live out the gifts that are welling up inside of me. I'm not going to let person A or person B do it for me. I'm going to take responsibility to do it for myself, because when I do, my children see me, my nephews or my nieces see me, and that gives me opportunity to pass forward the ability for them to vibrate at high frequencies as I'm walking that out in front of them.
I love that. I just saw 11:11. That means that you were talking power.
11:11.
I just saw it. And the last one, my brother.
Yes, ma'am.
My brother.
What do we have together?
My brother.
Yes.
Talk about speaking for yourself. You know what? I'm going to do it.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you something. One of the things that I love about him is when I feel like, but I want to say something, I got something to say. I've never wanted him to speak for me.
Oh.
I don't need nobody to talk for me. But the same way he's standing right here, he be like standing behind me, like, go and say what you gotta say, babe. I got you.
I get you.
So I'm sitting around talking, and I say, and I whatever. And when okay, and what I see is, and so and so and so, and my vision is, and I believe the ancestors told me. And he'd be like, well, I'm gonna say it. Go on and say it. You say it, man. Exactly. I love him because he always backs up my word, but I don't need him to speak for me. I can speak for myself. And we all got something we can say and do for ourselves. Hey, watch yourself. You just all come on back to the side. I get distracted. How can you get distracted on the video? Exactly. You know what? Anyway, though that is Coochie Chocolate. Self-determination.
Self-determination. Be self-determined.
Be self-determined. Determined. Sovereign.
You know what? I want to look at this word. Let me see if I can find this word that I was looking at.
And I'm going to say that while this is the case, if you have not subscribed to our channel, do it. Please. If you haven't liked our video, do it.
Yes.
If you haven't done whatever, do it. Do it. Yes. Do it. So you'll know when we're doing our videos. We're trying to do more on YouTube because we absolutely want to grow and reach people we haven't before. What's your word?
You know, inward awakening.
You're powerful.
Inward awakening.
Are we gonna leave on that?
We're gonna get ready to leave on that.
All right. We love you guys. We love you, Luna. Thank you for being on here with us, beautiful.
Yes. Oh, we also wanted to go ahead and speak out for our Patreon group, for those individuals who have become legacy partners.
Yes.
And so those are the Hamiltons.
The Hamiltons, we love them.
We love them. Thank you
for all of your support. We appreciate you all. All right, we're out.
We're out.
We out. Don't forget, like and share and subscribe. There's my love you, Luna. Bye.